welcome back to Cool Clubs Reviews. Now, we've done this at 90 miles an hour, but we wanted to do an 80 because there's going to be players that use it like that. It's the Apex Pro Series Pro model.
Yeah, I think there will be actually players that, better players that aren't interested in distance, right? So this is not a distance club. And the reason it gets hurt so much on the performance rating is, we look at a couple things in that overall performance rating. We look at, obviously, distance to some extent. We look at launch angle, how high is it going, the big factors, and obviously, and the circle that's around. So distance is a factor in our overall performance thing, and this is a relatively weak loft. I mean, 6 degrees weaker than some of the stuff out there, right?
Yep.
So you're talking about 155 or so miles an hour, yards, from 80 miles an hour. So it's not one of the longest ones.
No.
But if you're a decent player and you're 85 miles an hour or so, and you're not concerned about distance, it's definitely a club that work for not just a tour player.
It's doing what it says on the tin, right? And what's exciting for us is, we've basically manufactured these numbers. We've come up with tour performance rating and overall rating, and it's really showing that it works. This is definitely geared towards the better player in this players category.
Right.
Callaway are pitching it at the Pro Series. It's the better style players for their irons. We know that they're going to come out with something that's going to be probably in that higher distance.
Well, that'll be the actual Apex next year. And that's a bit confusing. They call this Apex. This is not the replacement for the current Apex and the DCB that we currently have. That's a whole different category for them.
Yep.
So we're interested to see how that goes, because that's one of the longest clubs, one of the best clubs we've had for years now. But this is a different animal entirely. This is not distance oriented, and that's why it gets hurt there. So tour performance is good, obviously. Spin launch is kind of mid, right? I mean, it's kind of right in the middle.
Yep, mid
to high.
Oh, sorry, mid on spin launch totally, and then a little higher on the stopping power relative to the other. So a little more loft obviously gives it a hand in that category. Right. And then you see over there on the graph, the half-inch off is not designed for that so much. It's definitely designed to be touched up in the middle a bit better.
Right.
So that's your category, and that can probably help us with the handicap category, right?
Yeah, I'd say this is definitely single digits, right? Probably somebody who's got speed of over 85 miles an hour or 85 at least.
Yeah.
Or you're giving up so much compared to the other ones. I mean, I'm like 81 or 2. I'm not sure I'd play this and give up that much distance, but maybe.
I thought this was going to be pitched at more of a high handicap player, maybe getting into that 12 and 13, but you've got to be a good ball striker.
It's short heel to toe too, right? So I mean, the Apex and some of the clubs like some of the BXG's really long heel to toe. If you spread it around on here, it's definitely going to twist.
It's not handling it so much.
It's not what it's designed for.
But there you go. That's why people are watching.
Right.
Thanks, Mark.
See ya.